but also a lot of clouds as they get ready to go. 200 laps to make 500 miles, 55 down pit road, and they'll need fuel in just about every 40 laps. Here are your Ford EcoBoost track facts. Ford first won the 500. Tiny Lund for the Wood brothers, number 21, 1963. And a Ford has gone to victory lane in 3 of the last 500s. Race fans, the waiting is over. The long winter. December, January, Jeff Gordonary, February. Here we go with the Daytona 500.
Oh, baby, anticipation, anticipation. Green flag is in the air. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, guys.
Come to full speed in the 3,000-foot backstretch. Pole sitter Austin Dillon in the number 3 had choice of lane. He chose the outside. That brought Matt Kenseth to him as they form up double file and hit the banking in 3. 3 wide, Marcus Ambrose in the middle, back at 10th place.
You see Matt Kenseth in that 20 car, though, on the inside. He's been one of the drivers that's been able to pull a line on the bottom of the racetrack all weekend long.
And the 3 car leads the first lap in the Daytona 500. How exciting.
Coming up the middle, Brian Vickers, 55, along with Kyle Busch in the 18. And at the point, Denny Hamlin puts his Toyota in front of Dillon's Chevrolet. Here comes the 24 of Jeff Gordon on the outside with Kurt Busch in tow.
Yeah, I believe when that 11 car, Larry, gets in front, what we've seen down here might be bad news for these other guys. That car has been so fast, and particularly when it's out front.
You talked about him being undefeated in Speed Weeks. Remember, he won the last race of the year in 2013 at Homestead Miami Speedway.
Casey Kane, the 5, now the man in the middle. 2 distinct rows, and the 20, that yellow and black Toyota of Kenseth up in front of Kane now as he and Trevor Bayne try to make something happen through the center lane. Jeff Gordon picks up Kenseth, moving in front of him to become the lead car in that inside draft. And Kyle Larson's in the wall for the second time.
Yeah, he got in it down here in turns 1 and 2, Mike, and I didn't think there was any damage to the car, maybe a little cosmetic, but he's in it again.
This is 1 lap ago, Darrell. Watch the 42.
Yeah, he just kind of kissed it right there, and I thought he's okay, but might be having a tire going down.
And this is what just happened up in turn 3, and Larson has made it to pit road. Heavy damage right front. Surprisingly, in these first 3 laps, the field has split into 3 distinct packs.
Yeah, Mike, that group back there with Tony Stewart, Danica Patrick, and some of them, they have just kind of like formed up their own little group back here, anticipating, I think, maybe this start was going to be a little more chaotic than it was.
I tell you, one driver we better keep an eye on is Kyle Busch in that 18 car. Kyle Busch started back in the 33rd position, and he's already cracked the top 10 in 8th in just 4 laps.
Larry, the draft is so huge. This car this year is punching a little bigger hole in the air. And when you're way back like that, you get the advantage of the draft off to all the cars. And, of course, we know how Kyle is. He can kick his way through traffic about as good as anybody I've ever seen. And he's done it again today.
Rookie Kyle Larson lost a lap with that pit stop and repair. 26 cars in the lead pack. Then a long gap. About 4 seconds to Joey Logano, but 4 cars are about to reach him. So here's the lead 25 off turn 4 and back to the start finish line to complete the 5th lap. And our pole sitter, Austin Dillon, he's drifted back to about 15th spot.
He's just not getting any help on that inside line. We've seen all week long, for the inside line to work, it takes an organized group of drivers to be able to pull up toward the front.
Right now, Mike, it's kind of like taking off in an airplane. You know, the strike off of this race, you take off, You got to keep your seatbelt on, your tray tables all put up. But after we get squared away here a little bit, these guys will get their legs under them and they'll start making some moves.
Just don't ring that call button.
No, don't get out of your seat.
Denny Hamlin on point where he has spent most of the week for Joe Gibbs Racing. He won the Sprint Unlimited race for last year's fastest qualifiers. He did that on Saturday night. Thursday night, he won his qualifying duel. His team, Kurt Busch, Paul Menard, then Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Brian Scott are all in Chevrolets behind that lead Toyota.
See, Mike, one of the things that's different about today, so you say preparation. We've run these cars to death down here, but it's 80 degrees today. The sun's out just a little bit. The track is a lot different than what it has been anytime we've been down here.
All right, let's get some updates first on what happened to Kyle Larson. Krista?
Yeah, Mike, it's a torn right front. There you see the victim, the tire. It's pretty torn up for Kyle Larson, the rookie, just hanging on to his car when he came in. Now he's gathering feedback from his crew chief, Chris Heroy, his spotter, Derek Nealon, saying, we'll be okay. We'll get a caution. We'll get you fixed up. But that was the problem, a torn, blown right front.
So Larson is the only car not on the lead lap, and should a caution flag wave, the first car in that position would gain a lap back.
When you start the race, start with really low air pressure in the right side tires particularly, and that tire flexes. That thing could have gotten over into the sway bar arm, and that's why it cut it down so soon.
Our pole sitter Austin Dillon led the first lap, but Steve, he's faded to 16th. What's up?
Listening to his spotter, Andy Houston, Mike, he's telling Austin, just experiment, drive some different lines, get some different places on the track. Long way to go.
Now, we mentioned the lead pack, and it's 21 cars strong, and then there's a gap. It was 4 seconds. Now it's down to a second. Joey Logano backed up to that group that's now led by Martin Truex Jr. in the 78. Ricky Stenhouse with him in the 17, then Logano, Greg Biffle in the 16, and a bunch of rookies. And that white number 2 of Brad Keselowski that several drivers think is going to be a real factor before this one's over.
Mike, these guys don't forget. Remember down here last year, early, first few laps of the race, there was a big wreck. Took out some strong contenders. Kevin Harvick, one of them. That's why you see these guys doing what they're doing right now. They want to get that start under their belt, get the cars settled down, everybody kind of find where they want to be, and then they'll go racing here in a little while. But right now, they just want to get the start out of the way, and then they'll start concentrating on moving forward.
10 green flag laps complete in the Daytona 500 on Fox. Let's take you side by side.
When you switch to Sprint's new family